Season's greetings from the team here at Pivot. Thank you for supporting our mission and our makers by purchasing one of our Christmas crackers. My name is Jason and I'm going to be taking you through an acetate earring workshop using a recycled material that we get from spectacle makers across London. We recycle these and turn them into strips that allow us to make beautiful pendants and earrings. Today we're going to be making a set of acetate earrings that resemble these. So first thing we need to do is establish what is in our kit. If you've bought the additional kit, this is what it will include. An emery board that we will use to shape and smooth the surfaces of our acetate. A pair of flat nose pliers that we will use to open and close jump rings. A pair of needle nose pliers that we will also use to open jump rings. And a pair of snips that we will use to cut our acetate. The kit also includes some emery paper that we will use to make our acetate smooth and shiny. But don't worry, if you didn't purchase one of these kits, your cracker will also include some emery paper that we'll use to make our acetate shiny, as well as a micro emery board that will also allow us to smooth the surface of our acetate. On to step one, deciding the size of the earring that we're going to make. Using the snips that are in the kit, I want you to basically cut the length of the earring, paying attention to the hole for the findings being at the top of the earring. For these, I'm going to do a reasonably long pair. Also, when you're cutting your acetate, try and make sure that we either hold on to both pieces or point the acetate down into something so it doesn't become a projectile risk. We are then going to use our emery boards to start to smooth and round all of the surfaces. If you want to keep the piece nice and flat, using the emery board, what you usually have to do is shape or flatten all of the surfaces. You can also use this to round the edges, but for this piece, I'm going to make a point. Using the snips again, we're going to cut the edges, making sure to hold on to any pieces that might go flying. And then I'm going to use the emery board again to just clean up all of the edges. I'm then going to use the same emery board to start to smooth off all of the lines that are going diagonally. If you'd like the texture on your acetate, feel free to also keep them. We can then go onto our emery paper, and using this, we will then start to smooth the surfaces even more. The next stage, what we're going to do is use some hot water to shape and manipulate our piece of acetate. This, you can hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then once it comes out, hold it for a second just to cool off, and then it becomes warm enough for us to manipulate and bend. Once you've got it into the position that you need, you can use some cold water to cool it down, but if it cools down in the position that we don't like, feel free to just using the pliers again, put it back into some water and start again. Before we assemble, we're going to use something to make this shiny. For this process, we use just a little bit of Vaseline. You can also use some olive oil or a cocoa butter or anything that will leave an oil-based sheen on top of our surface. The idea is to just put it on, and then using a clean cloth, we're going to take it away, and this will give us a natural oil sheen on our piece. Your pieces do not need to be the same. If anything, here at Pivot, we encourage you to make an asymmetric pair, which is two pieces that are maybe the same color, but can be different lengths, different styles, and different designs. On to the final stage, which is assembling our pieces. So using the flat nose and the needle nose pliers, in your kit, you would have been given a set of jump rings. What I want you to do is holding the jump rings, making sure that the gap in them is at the top, put a set of pliers through one side, the second set through the other side, and that allows us to just roll the piece back. Gonna attach that onto our piece, and then using the flat nose pliers, give the jump ring a squeeze. But even if you squeeze it, there will still be a gap. For this, we have to drop one side of the jump ring onto another. So we will squeeze down on one side, not too much, and then down onto the other side until they come together nicely. You can attach a jump ring ear hook wire to this, or you can use as many of the jump rings as you like. For this one, we're going to just use 2 jump rings, and we're going to attach our ear hook to the second, making sure that the jump ring goes through the hoop of the hook wire. We're then going to use our pliers again to squeeze them together. Again, making sure that we create that pressure seal so that they don't come undone. We finish with a completed pair. I'm Jason, and thank you for taking part in the Acetate workshop. It's been a pleasure teaching. If you don't personally wear your earrings, feel free to give them as a gift. We here at Pivot believe that sharing is caring. Again, thank you for the support that you guys have given us in purchasing one of our Christmas crackers, and we hope to see you again in the new year. Pow pow!